Hey guys, it's your boy King Donald, and I'm back with another video. I'm gonna be doing a new what if. It's called what if they cut time manipulation. Yes, time manipulation. So the abilities I'm gonna give him is complete time, like complete control over time, so he can rewind, pause, fast forward. He can change someone to a certain state, can reverse injuries, reverse age, all of that. I'm not gonna make him be able to time travel. Like when I mean rewind and like fast forward, I'm gonna say he can rewind about 10 minutes and you can fast forward 10 minutes, but it can pause forever. The only thing he can do is time travel, unfortunately. Maybe in the future. Okay, let's start the story. So Zuko at a young age just started to discover symptoms. Every time Zuko was just playing, he would see his mom slow down and just stop once, and he was so confused. He was calling out his mom, Mom! He didn't know what's happening. Then he thought, wait, is this my quirk? I can stop time? So then he closed his eyes to start time again, and it worked. His mother sees Zuko on her leg, saying, "Oh, what's wrong with Zuko? I thought you were there. What just happened?" Zuko's like, "Mom, I think I've got my quirk." Inko takes Zuko to the doctor to see what his quirk is officially. The doctor told Inko that your son has time manipulation. That's his quirk. She asked what are the specific things he can do. He's like, so basically he could rewind time, pause time, and fast forward time, and de-age someone to a certain point of their time, or de-age certain things in different objects. She's like, wow, that's amazing. The doctor says he certainly does have an amazing quirk. Ma'am, I advise you to guide him to be a hero. Izuku interrupts, says, "Of course I'm gonna be a hero." Izuku goes to school the next day, and everyone's comparing the quirks and stuff. Bakugo shows his quirk and everything. He says, "I have the best quirk" and all that stuff. Cause his quirk is flashy, which is dumb. And then Izuku comes and he says, "I don't know about that, Kachan. I kind of think my quirk is cool too." Kachan's like, "You? A good quirk? I'd like to see that. What is it? Spill it, nerd." Izuku's, "Yeah, I have time manipulation." The kids were like, "Time manipulation? What do you mean by that?" He's like, "I can control time, I can stop it, rewind it, and all that stuff." People are like, "What? That's such a good quirk. Prove it." Buckle's like, "I don't believe it." Deku's like, "Oh, okay." So then he paused time and he moved to another place, and he unfroze it. People just saw him disappear, and they looked around and they saw him at the back of the room. Some people just thought, he's probably lying. He probably has a teleportation quirk. And then Deku's like, "I'm not lying. I seriously do have a time quirk." Kachan's like, "Of course Deku would think that he has a good quirk. He's delusional." Actually, I don't think a kid would know that word. Wait, maybe, I don't know. So Deku's like, "Wait, I have another way." Then he's like, what? He's like, I can bring it to how my perspective. Baku's like, what do you mean? He's like, I can also bring you to my time space. So once upon a time, you wouldn't be affected, and you would be able to be in the time too. Kacho's like, okay, Izuku, whatever you say. So then Izuku pauses time, and then he taps Kachon. Kachon's like, you see, it didn't even work. And he sees that time is paused. All the kids are frozen, and he's the one moving. And he sees Deku's like, so your quirk is real. And Deku's like, yeah, I told you. Then Kachon's like, well, okay, fine. I can admit it's a cool quirk, but it's not as good as mine. Mine is flashy, powerful, and all that. So don't expect that I gave you credit for some of your quirk, thinking it's better than mine, okay? Izuku's like, right. And he unpauses time. Everyone says, did it work, Kachon? Kachon's like, yes, it did work. Everyone's like, whoa, that means it's a good quirk. Then Izuku remembers, I'm a big dummy. I should have just showed him this. So then he takes an apple that was just randomly in his bag, and he says, okay, look at this. And he fast forwards the apple, which makes it all rotten. People are like, whoa. And Izuku's not yet, and he turned it back to when it's fresh. Everyone's so confused and they're excited, and he's like, he does have a good quirk. And they start praising, but Bakugo shut it down. It's like, okay, I get it. He has a good quirk, but stop giving him praise, okay? I am the best here, okay, kids? Wait, that was weird. Okay, losers. Yeah, he says that instead of kids. What did I say? Okay, yeah. So, I'm not gonna say. So then, a few years go past. Izuku developed his quirk, and and one day, I'm just gonna say one day, Izuku was in his room, and then his mom walked in and said, "Hey, Izuku, I was wondering, it's like, yeah, Mom, could you, since your quirk is all can change your age, so would you make me into my young age?" Izuku's like, "Wait, what?" She's like, "Would you make me young again?" Izuku's like, "Oh, are you sure, Mom? You're fine the way you are." And then Enko's like, "It's just I kind of want to be young again and live longer to see you grow and have kids. So don't you want me to see your kids, Izuku? And I'm your mother. Tell me, don't disobey what she says." Izuku's like, okay, yeah. So then he takes his mother's hand and says, "Are you ready? Are you sure?" And Enko says, "I'm ready to be young again." And Izuku changes her back into, I'll say, like her 20s when she's looking. Izuku's like, "Okay, there, done." Enko looks at herself and she's like, "I'm fabulous." Oh no. Yeah, so that happens, and okay, now a few years go past and stuff. I'm not gonna say Deku and Bakugo become friends. Not also rivals. Deku, he spends a lot of time to himself since he has infinite time and stuff, and he thinks a lot, and he thought, Kaja's so mean to me, why would I be his friend? So we stopped being friends, and Izuku's pretty popular at school and with the ladies, cause with his quirk, and he has new confidence, and he doesn't care about Kachin says or anything. Yeah, Izuku, I'm gonna say he trains when it's summertime. he pauses time for like a year. He takes a lot of breaks. He doesn't steal stuff, but he certainly goes in places for free, like watch a movie. He goes into the movie theater. He unfreezes the actual movie thing. What you call it? Movie projector, and he just watches the movie for free, and walks out. No, he doesn't steal anything. He just doesn't pay for movies. Yeah, that's something. And and he would train all these days and stuff during the summer. And once he froze his mom because he wanted to, and he asked, "Hey mom, should we go on vacation?" She's like, "Vacation? What do you mean? You have school." And it's like Izuku was like, "Time doesn't affect me, remember?" She's like, alright, Izuku. So he kept everything paused besides everything they wanted to move, like their car and stuff, and they drove to, I'm gonna say, like a hotel and stuff. He only froze certain like crew members, like person that will register them in. He tapped them. He's like, "I would like a room." She sees everyone frozen. She's like, "What's happening?" Izuku explains, "Yeah, I know everything's time." She's like, "Oh, okay." Because quirks are normal, not something out of weird. And yeah, that was just something I want to say. Okay, back to the beginning of the anime. So everyone's in class, and the teacher says, "Okay, it's time to think about your future." And then he throws the stuff in the air and says, "I know you want to be heroes and stuff." And then Bakugo goes on his rant saying, "I'm gonna be another hero, stuff like that." And then the teacher says, "Oh, it seems Izuku Midoriya wants to go to UA too." But this time, no one's laughing, but they're actually I'm gonna say this, they actually start to clap for him, because they're like, "We're so proud of you." They're like, "We know you're gonna get in, so we just start to clap to congratulate you." As Zuko's like, "Oh, thank you all." And Bakugo's just pissed by this, like, Deku! And he tries to explode his table, but Izuku just pauses time and takes Kachan and puts him on his chair, and he goes back to his normal desk, and he unfreezes time, and Kachan's at his terminal like, "I'm killing you! Damn it, Deku! Don't ever touch me when you pause time! You weirdo!" Everyone's like, "Wait, I never thought of that. Izuku could..." I'm not gonna say anything. I can let you guys dream of that, but I'm saying Deku doesn't do that stuff. I know there's some people out there that that do this. Oh, I'm not even gonna talk about it. So then, after class, Izuku is packing his stuff, and Bakugo comes up to him and says, "Hey, you better not register for UA." Izuku's like, "Why not? I'm the best here." "I'm not being cocky. I'm like you. I'm just being some facts that I'm the best student. I have the best quirk. I am the most athletic, and I have the best scores. I'm the best. I'm not trying to be cocky, Kachan. I'm just trying to say this to humble you, because you're not always the best. There's always someone better than you." And Izuku walks away. Kachan tries to punch him, but once again he just freezes time and walks away like a boss. So Izuku's walking down, and Izuku sees some sludge on the floor. He's like, oh, whatever. And then the sludge villain comes up and says, "Give me your body, kid," and tries to swipe Deku. Deku doesn't have any expression on his face. He just looks at the villain and just pauses time as the villain was about to hit him. And when he paused time, he's like, oh, this villain sucks. And he just walks away. But then when he's walking away, he sees All Might. He's running. He's like, wait, what? He's like, All Might? So then he ran to All Might, and he's like, oh my gosh, he's still frozen. What's wrong with me? And then he double taps All Might, and All Might's like, huh? Everything's frozen? Kid, what did you do? Where's Sludge Villain? And Zuko's like, time's pausing, and he's there, and I'm your biggest fan. All Might's like, oh, really? Okay. Zuko's like, can I have your autograph? Then All Might's like, I really don't have the time for that. And then Zuko's like, time does not affect me. I'm gonna make that his catchphrase or something. It was like when he says that, he has a weird face on him. He has a weird expression, like a scary impression, like he's gonna kill someone. He's not a villain, it's just something. He's like, time doesn't affect me. Like, I don't know, he's like the time master, because people think they know time, but Deku literally controls time. So yeah, then All Might's like, well, in that case, sure, I'll sign your notebook. And he signs it, and he's like, so your quirk is be able to stop time? And Zuko's like, yeah, I could do much more than that. I could speed up time, I could slow down time, I could pause time, rewind time, fast forward time. I can re-age and de-age someone. I could essentially heal someone by rewinding the injury to a certain point. It doesn't have to be, and I can rewind someone's age. And if I'm up to the challenge, I could rewind someone's quirk to make it undeveloped. Then almost like, wait, what do you mean by that? So he's like, so basically, you know how quirks evolve and essentially part of you. So I could make someone older or younger, but I can make the quirk older and younger. So if I make the quirk older, it would get more powerful and have more experience. But it made the quirk younger, it would be smaller, and how it was when you're essentially a kid. Oh my, whoa, wait, that's amazing, kid. Wow. And All Might's like, wait, maybe he could. Wait, never mind. So, kid, where's the sludge villain? And then Zuko's like, oh yeah, follow me. And he sees the sludge villain, and All Might's like, unfreeze time, I'll deal with him. Then Zuko's like, wait, no, we should get a bottle first. And it's all like, but we don't have time. Then Zuko, I told you, time doesn't affect me. And his weird, like, staring face, and almost like, oh yes, sorry, and still glaring at All Might, looking all villainous, but he's not a villain. And then All Might and Zuko walk to the store, and All Might's worried about his time limit. He keeps looking at his watch, but then he realized time has stopped, so my time limit has stopped. So he's all free and happy. And then they got the bottle. He left some cash on the counter, and then drank the water bottle, and it's like, okay, here's the bottle. And then while they're walking back, Zuko and All Might asked, kid, so you said you could essentially heal someone, right? Zuko's like, yeah, I could. And All Might's like, okay, I don't know, could you do me a favor? And Zuko's like, for you, of course. You're my hero. Of course, I'd do anything for you. What is it? Please tell me. Almight's like, yeah, so, could you, heal this for me while lifting up his... okay. I can't wait. Okay, no, he buffs down in his into his skinny form. He explains everything, lifts up his shirt and says, I got this injury from a big fight. Not revealing one for all and all for one. He just said he got this real bad and it significantly damaged his power. But he doesn't want anyone to know, and he asked Izuku if he could heal him for him. And then Izuku's like, whoa, this was a lot to take in, but of course, the world still needs you, All Might. We still need big heroes, and yeah, of course. And then Izuku's like, okay, yeah, okay, I got this. So then Deku tells All Might to go in your buff form. And then he goes in his buff form, and Zuko's like, okay. And he lifts up All Might's shirt, not in a weird way. And he puts his hand on the wound and closes his eyes and starts to move his hand like back counterclockwise, like turning it back to normal. And essentially the wound is going back how it was normally, and then All Might just sees this and feels so much better, and he's like, oh, that power. And essentially All Might's like, well, kid, do you think it worked? And Zuko's like, well, of course. And All Might tries to buff down in his buff form, then he can't. He's like, wait, I can't. It's like, it worked. Thanks, kid. You're really amazing. It's like, oh my, then Zuko's like, yeah, of course, anything for you, All Might. And then they're like, and then All Might says, I don't think you understand what you done, kid. You saved a lot of lives. Because honestly, from that, I knew I was getting dramatically, my power was draining, and by doing this, it maybe back into my prime. I feel young again and strong. Oh, I can feel like I'm All Might again. And Zuko's like, you've always been All Might. Doesn't mean you're getting older. Doesn't mean you're... Wait, I should change back your age. And he does it without All Might's permission and makes him younger. All Might's not complaining. He didn't want to say it, but secretly he really wanted it. And he's like, oh, thanks, kid. You're real something, you know. And he stops and thinks. Then he says to Zuko, do you want to be my next successor? And then Zuko's like, successor? What do you mean by that? All Might explains his power, and then explains all for one. Then Zuko's like, oh, so that's how it links to your injury. Then Zuko's like, should I take it or should I not? He's debating in his head. It's like, I really have a real powerful quirk, but All Might's... I don't know about this. And then Zuko says, I'm sorry, All Might, but no. All Might said, what? What do you mean? You have the best traits. You have a good quirk. You're a hero. And Zuko's like, I essentially can't take it because I will use my own power to be number one. And as you said, I have a powerful quirk, so I don't need a powerhouse of your quirk to be mine. And we can't always have one powerhouse like you, All Might, because I realized if you do retire, it be bad essentially, because people are just been keep on relying on you, and they didn't try to get stronger. Besides Endeavor, well, he's a jerk though. But anyways, so I want you to give it to someone else. So there's more than one person just to save everyone. All Might hears this and says, "Why didn't I think of this?" And he says to Izuku, "You're a real genius, kid. I really appreciate that." And while so then All Might and Izuku walk back, and it's been like freaking 2 hours. 2 hours, and they finally arrive back, and Izuku unpauses time, and the sergeant's like, "Body, where did he go?" And All Might just there and says, "I am here." And he essentially does the same thing in the anime, and then puts the solution in a bottle, and then right before All Might was about to leave, he said, "Thank you, kid. I really owe you one." And then he's like, "Oh wait, before I leave, here's my number, in case you want training or you change your mind." And then he jumps away. Izuku's proud of himself. He done something good. He saved All Might essentially, and he saved the world. And then he got home and he told his mom that he got an autograph from All Might and essentially saved him. But he didn't tell the specific, he just said, "I healed a wound for All Might." And it's just like, I'm real proud of you. Already being a hero without actually being a hero. That's my son. And stuff like that. So then Izuku says, "Okay." And he actually calls All Might. And he says, "All Might, could you train me?" All Might's like, "Are you gonna take the quirk?" And then Izuku's like, "No, I just want to build up my physical strength, because what if there's someone that could stop my quirk and I'm essentially defenseless?" And then Almost like, "That's why I want you to do quirk." "Okay, no, I cannot force it on you, so sure, I'll help you out, kid. Meet me at this beach." And he sends a message to Izuku for the address, and the next day Izuku meets All Might there. All Might's there. It still only needs buff form. I cannot say buff. Like how he was, like no more in his skinny form, just All Might now, normal. And it says, "Hi, young Midoriya." It's I still can't thank you enough for what you done for me. And Zuko's like, "It's fine, I'll do it anytime." I kind of actually done for my mom once, but let's not talk about that. And then All Might's like, "Okay, we should better get started." And then Izuku's like, "Should I pause time so we have more time?" Time. All Might's like, "Oh, whoa, kid, sure, as long as you're willing to put in the work." And Izuku's like, "Oh yeah," and he pauses time for freaking 10 months. So, in one day, he's already ripped and everything. Everyone's still frozen. All Might's just like, "How do you keep this going for 10 months? Izuku's like, "It's not a problem. I once kept this up for a year, and me and my mom went on vacation." Like, vacation? What? Izuku's like, "I told you, time doesn't affect me. Time does not fly. I can make it fly if I want to. Time is time. Time affects everyone besides me." And then All Might's like, "You've really got to stop doing that, kid. It makes you sound like a villain." He's like, oh, sorry, All Might. Just a habit. I watched a lot of TV shows with people that have time manipulation, and they always talk like that. But anyways, so then Izuku says, "Okay," and he unpauses time. And he goes home, and Inko sees him as rich. He's like, "What? Oh, you stopped time. For how long this time, Izuku?" "Because it depends your reason and the time." If it's too long, you're grounded. He's like, oh, it was only 10 months. Wait, but listen, I was training with All Might. She's like, oh, All Might, you say? Where's your proof? Well, Zuko was still had his shirt on, but like through his shirt, he was kind of like ripped. So he's like, okay, and he lifted up his shirt and 6-pack. She's like, that still doesn't prove anything. And he's like, all right. And then he pulls out his phone and he has a picture with All Might. She's like, oh, okay, I'll let you off the hook this time, kid. But remember, you can't do it without my permission. And next time you do it, unfreeze me. I really need the time, okay, Zuko, please. Zuko's like, yeah, sure, Mom. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So then the 10 months go past. The Zuko's just been training a little and stuff. So I'm gonna say Inko, like when she goes to work, like everyone was complimenting her for like how young she is. It's like how they treat me. They keep asking her, how did you? And they said, okay, fine. My son, he turned me back to my young self. And then they hear this like, your son did this? And then essentially they keep trying to, people are trying to be Inko's friend from her work. I'm gonna say she goes to work just to get to Zuko to make them younger. But Zuko said, I'm only gonna like de-age the people my mom wants me to. And yeah, the 10 months go past and finally it's time for the UA entrance exam. It felt like years for Zuko. And he had like freaking, yeah, I forgot to mention, he had that whole 10 months just to study, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna pass this. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna ace this. So he walks towards the way place and then he trips and he says, oh no. And he can't really stop. This won't save him, for he's like, can't really do anything, and he lets himself trip, but he's caught by a girl. And then he's floating. He's like, what's happening? And he sees the girl and she says, sorry about that. Sorry for using my quirk on you without permission. Because I saw you falling. It would have been a bad look if you fall down. And so the girl's like, yeah, definitely. Thanks for helping me. And what's your name? She's like, Ochaka Uraraka, what's yours? She's like, Zuko Midoriya. She's like, wow, when there, it's gonna decide our future. Zuko's like, yeah, the future, yeah. So then they go inside, and Zuko sit next to Bakugo. Bakugo doesn't really mess with the Zuko anymore, because the Zuko shows he doesn't want to fight, and if they want to fight, he would mess him up. He would just literally could just turn him into dust by fast forwarding his age. So he's like, oh, whatever. And they write the test, and Zuko pauses time yet again, and he finishes the test. To them it seems like seconds, and then he hands it in and he gets perfect score. He's not cheating, but the teachers do ask, were you cheating? What's your quirk, kid? And then Izuku says, no, I wasn't cheating, and I just stopped time, so I had more time. You didn't say we couldn't use our quirks. Then it's like, touche. And yeah, Izuku gets a perfect score. Now it's time for the exam thing. So Izuku was stretching, and then he sees the girl and he tries to walk up to her, but then a person tries to stop him, but Izuku says nope, and he just pauses time and walks past him, and he double taps Uraka on the shoulder, and she's like, "Oh, wait, why is everyone frozen? Oh, it's you again." And Izuku's like, "Hi there. I just saw you, like, I just saw you there. I just when I was stretching, I saw you there. You kind of look nervous." She's like, "Yeah, it's just I don't know if I get in." And he's like, "Oh no, you definitely get in." And she's like, "Would you please explain why everyone's frozen?" He's like, "Oh, it's just my quirk." She's like, "What is your quirk?" It's like, "Oh, just time manipulation, stop time, fast forward time, rewind time, all that stuff. Rewind people, rewind. I'm basically OP. Get out my bragging." She's like, "Wow, that's a real good quirk." And Zuko says, "What's your quirk?" She's like, "Mine's zero gravity. And it's like, "Wow, that's actually a pretty good quirk." But she's like, "Yeah, but like, if it's too heavy, I kind of hurl and stuff like that." But anyways, then Zuko's like, "Yeah, good luck." And he puts his hand out, and she shakes his hand, and he unpauses time. And then they shout, "Go!" Like, President Mike, I know he says, "A hero." Yeah. And then Zuko just pauses time yet again. And he just normally walks in there, and the robots are coming, like, not coming out, but like they're all out, just waiting there. And Zuko's like, "Huh." And he just looks at him, and he just turn. Okay. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna say he turns it back in time, so unparts himself into just that one small piece mainframe thing, and sometimes he fast forward time to rust them, but then sometimes he tries to beat them up himself to see his strength and his one day of training with all, like, well, 10 months. Yeah, no, one day, yeah. And then essentially, Zuko was just getting bored, and he said, "Oh, yeah, I should let other people things." And he's like, "Wait, I kind of want to help that girl." And then he walks back to the entrance, and he double taps Uraka, and she's like, "Well, did you stop time again?" He's like, "Yeah. I just want you to get a head start, so here you go, make some robots." She's like, "Wait, why are you doing this for me?" He's like, "You seem nice, so I want to be nice back. And view this as me owing you back for catching me." She's like, "Thanks." And she runs in, destroying robots. So then Zuko's like, "Okay, I had enough." And he sits down, and he unpauses time. Everyone just sees bunch of destroys robots, and what's happening? And they just see Deku sitting down, like, basically going to fall asleep. And the teachers see this, like, why is he falling asleep? And then they look at his robot count, and it says 200. They're like, "What? It's only been like 1 second." And All Might is there smiling. That boy, he's real something. And then everyone is like, "What?" They kind of lose their confidence, but they say, "Got focus," and they get back in. Ito's running past, and he looks at Izuku like, "What? Was it him? Like, I know he went past me without me just knowing. His teleportation? What's his quirk?" But he just focused, and he just carries on. Izuku's just sitting there saying, "When's this gonna be over?" He tries to rewind time a little, but it's still going on. He's like, "Oh," because remember, it's only like 10 minutes of rewinding, and I'm just assuming that the exam was like 20 minutes, just pretend for this whatever for me, please. And then Izuku's sitting there. There's like, maybe I should try to get more points. But then Izuku's like, I really have so many. It's like, wait, maybe the teachers are watching me. And he walks up and he's like, maybe I should demonstrate my quirk to them. So then he walks up to a 3-pointer. The 3-pointer was about to punch him, but then he just moves his hand clockwise and just rusts the robot, and it just turns into dust. The teacher sees us like, oh, so that's his quirk. What is it? Can it incinerate anything? What's happening? How does he have so many points? Is he a speedster? And then Izuku walks up to another one and goes back in time and turns into a hard drive. Then they're like, oh, so his quirk is essentially time manipulation turn to object to something else? Like, oh, okay then. Then they're like, it makes so much sense for the sheer amount of points he has. And then finally the 0-point robot comes smashing, and Izuku's like, I don't need this, and he passes time. But then he was about to pass time, but then he hears a scream. It was Uraraka. So then he's like, okay, I gotta save her. And he passes time yet again, and he just walks there slowly. It's like, okay. And then he just fast forwards the rubble, pulls her out, lifts her, and puts her down. And then he just looks at the robot, and then he fast forwards. He twists his hand clockwise, which essentially rusts the robot, and then he unfreezes time to show everyone his power, and he just flicks the robot, and it just turns into dust. And they're like, this kid, and Murako's like, whoa, what the heck? And she's like, oh, my leg. But then Zuko pauses time, but to her it looked like he just transported in front of her. She's like, oh, my leg. Then Zuko's there like, what? But he walked there, but then it's like, my leg hurts. Then Zuko's like, oh, it's okay, I got this. And he just rewinds the part, and then she's all fine. She's like, oh, it's all fine. And wow, it's like, whoa. He's like, yeah, time is just everything. He's like, wow, when recovery girl comes, she's like, is anyone hurt? But then Murok says, I'm fine. He healed me. She's like, oh, he healed him. And she's curious about him. Everyone is at this point. And then Izuku's like, okay, I hope you're probably gonna get in, so I'm gonna say see you in class. And then I'm gonna say she blushes, because as I said before, Izuku X Uraka forever. You hear me? I might sound like a nerd, but I don't care. Nonce. You didn't hear that, okay? Sorry, YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid. Okay, back to the topic. So then Izuku gets home, and Inko, looking in her 20s, just to remind you guys, just imagine how it would be, asked, how did it go? He's like, it was good. I probably passed. She's like, stop time. He's like, yeah. It's like, as expected. So then Izuku, it's just like eternity for him, because only around 10 minutes per, like, I'm gonna say like hour or something. I know we can't make him super OP that just freaking turns the whole fast forward. No, he can only turn humans and stuff like that. And living organisms like plants and stuff. Okay, so finally the letter for UA arrives, and Inko with her fine but I'm getting off topic. She comes in and says, Zuko, your letter's here. Zuko's like, finally. And then he opens it and he sees All Might saying, I am here, and explains to Zuko, that he made it to UA and he got the most points. He got 200 combat points and 60 rescue points. I'm gonna say that's the best ever, just because, you know, All Might doesn't have... Yeah, okay, that was... You set the new record for UA and you passed everything with flying colors. It says, welcome to Your Hero Academia. And Zuko starts to smile and like grin like, yeah, my path to be the #1 hero. And then All Might calls Zuko's like, can you meet at the beach again? And then he meets at the beach. He's like, All Might, I did it! We did it! He's like, yeah, you did, Midoriya. And it's gonna be a wholesome moment. And then they hug like while Zuko's running and like dives into All Might's buff form. Cause he's healed now cause of Zuko. That's why they have a better bond and stuff. It's like, All Might. It's like, Zuko, I'm so proud of you. You have certainly changed to a splendid young man. It's like, thanks All Might, thanks to you. I know I had a good quirk, but I'm not gonna lie, I started to get a little cocky and you kind of humbled me. And All Might's like, that's my job as a hero, to teach the next generation to be nice, while doing actions like, you know, stuff. Exaggerating with his All Might voice. And then Zuko thanks All Might yet again, but then All Might says, Zuko, I know you said you want to do this for me, but he was really asking me, and she was really asking me, and I had no choice. No. So then, Midnight comes. She's like, hi there, are you Zuko? And he's like, yeah, I know this is embarrassing, but would you turn me back to my normal age, to my young age? I want to be young again. Zuko's like, I didn't expect this. And Zuko also, All Might says, I said only for you. And then he's like, she kept begging me and I couldn't do anything. Zuko's like, oh, fine. And then Zuko's like, wait, before I do this, how old were you? We don't actually know actual age, but I'm gonna make her like hella old. She's like, is this necessary? She's like, then he's like, if you want to be young again, I don't know. She's like, fine. I'm 36. He's like, what? 36, okay, kid? And he's like, you're 36? Wow. He's laughing out loud. Everyone can hear. She's like, shut it, kid. Like, please. Now you know my age. Could you please just turn me back to my youth? He's like, okay. And he rewinds her, and you can just imagine how she would look like. I'm not gonna describe her or anything. And she's like, finally, I'm back to my glamorous days. And then, yeah, her costume is, yeah. I like, I'm sorry, Zuko. Zuko's just there, like, no problem. But he's staring. Yeah. Then he realized, I could make a business out of this. screw being a hero. He's like, well, what am I saying? And then finally Izuku goes back home and explains to his mother what happened. She's like, huh, you'd make a great doctor, just helping a lot of people being young again, helping their lives, and you'd make so much money, that. And I could manipulate people. You can make them old and know my threats. He's like, whoa, mom, she's like, oh yeah, right. It's just, I don't know, your quirk's just amazing, Izuku. He's like, I know, I've been told that a lot of times, especially by you, mom. Well, ever since I made you young again. She's like, I told you never to speak of that again. Okay? I don't know. Then the next day comes and then it's time to get to UA. So then Izuku walks through the halls and says, UA, and sees UA. He's like, UA. And he walks in and he sees Bakugo and Ida fighting again. He's like, Bakugo and the other guy. Jeez, I hope they don't see me. But then he regretted. As he said that, they saw him, and Ida comes up to him and says, hey there, I'm Tanya Ida, of the Ida family, like, you recognize the different part of this situation, and you got the highest score ever in the UA history. I appreciate that you are the best student here. Bakugo here is just like, wait, what? Best? What? Deku! What do you mean? You got the best score? I'm the best. I got the best score. and then Izuku says, I'm sorry, but you didn't. I did. It's like, how many then, huh? He's like, 260. The people here just, what? We knew he was first, but we didn't know he got that sure amount of points. It's like, yeah. I was trying to make him cocky or just like dumb like that. He's just like, yeah. And then Uraka comes and she's like, hey there, Tiny. Okay, not so bad. Hey there. Yeah, Tiny, whatever. And he looks back, sees little Uraka, and he's like, yeah, you made it. And he's like, yeah, I made it, yeah. And like, thanks to you, I'm not gonna lie, you helped me get a lot of points by stopping time for me. He's like, yeah, it was just a favor for you for helping me not fall to the ground. And, that was bad luck. She's like, yeah. And then he's like, wait, you helped her? Like, that's unsportsmanlike. Like, you shouldn't be bitter. He's like, come on, come on. And then Zal pops up, is like, it took you 8 seconds to shut up. Practicals know this. Izuku's like, 8 seconds? It's like, I forgot to stop time. And then Zal stop time. Just sit down, kid. And then they sit down, and Izuku, before Zal could start, Izuku picks up his hand and is like, what do you want, kid? It's like, why are you in a sleeping bag? Do you want to sleep or something? He's like, that's none of your business, kid, and just listen up. Then he explains, go outside and all that stuff, put on these clothes, and then outside. And Izuku keeps asking, are you sure do you need sleep, sir? He's like, shut up, kid, or you'll be expelled. He's like, oh, okay, I'll keep quiet. And then he explains that everyone will be using their quirks to pass a series of events. And then he hands the ball to Izuku. He's like, hey, talkative kid, come throw the ball. And Izuku's like, okay. And he comes walking. As I was like, what's your score without throwing the ball? Zuko's like, about 65 meters. He's like, okay, now throw it with your quirk. And Zuko's like, with my quirk, huh? Okay. And then afterwards, he throws the ball. He throws the ball, but he stops time, and the ball is stuck in the air. So he's like, okay. So Zuko takes the ball. He's like, oh, this is gonna be a drag. Okay, yeah. But then he walks it over. Just keeps walking. He reaches along for it, and he's like, this should be good. And then he throws the ball like if it was falling down, but stops it. And it seems like he threw it. And afterwards he walks back, and he's like, oh, that was a drag. And then he stops time and acts like he threw the ball. And then Zawa looks, he's like, whoa, okay. He's like, he shows the time, and he's like, what? 1,000 meters? So then I was like, what the hell did you throw that ball so hard? And then I was like, wait, how did he? Oh, it was that kid. How did I not recognize him? I was like, how did you throw the ball that far? Zuko's like, you caught me. I didn't. Like, you didn't. Like, I used my quirk to stop time, and I kind of walked the ball there, and I left it there, and I walked back here. So yeah, and then like, what? That's a pretty decent quirk, but it's kind of unpractical, you know. So it was like, yeah, it's just, well, it looked like teleporting to you guys. I'm like, yeah. And then it's also like, okay. But then, what's her name? I think Mina or something. The pink girl was like, this is gonna be fun. And so it's like, yeah. And it's like, fun? Okay, fine then. The person that gets last place will get suspended. They're like, expelled. What is it? Yeah, expelled. And then like, expelled? What? That's unfair. Yeah. And then I was like, the world's unfair. If you thought getting into UA was the only challenge, you're in the wrong place. UA will constantly keep challenging you. And if you can't handle it, just leave now. Everyone's like, whoa. So then everyone starts to take it seriously, and then they start with the 100-meter dash. Of course, Zuko gets first place. Without doubt, he gets 0.00. It's like he didn't even run. Like he was just there. It was like 0 seconds. How do you beat that? So like, oh my gosh. And then what was it? Grip test. Zuko does average at that. You know, he doesn't have strength. Like, you know. And then long jump. You know, yeah, he does average at that because he doesn't have a power-based quirk. I mean, if he did take one for all, but nope, he did not. And I forgot to mention, Miro just got one for all, as per usual. And then I'm gonna say Zuko comes 6th place because he didn't come first everything. And yeah, and should I? No one gets expelled. I'm just gonna, no one gets expelled. He's always like, I see, he's in his mind says they all have potential. I guess they're all worthy to stay at UA. All Might was observing all of this. He's like, Zalma, not suspending someone. Interesting. And then those time I was after school, and Izuku was walking with Ida, and Ida was asking, "Your quirk is certainly splendid," while doing the arm chopping in the air. And then Choco's like, "Hey there, you two! Are you going to the station? Can I join you?" and stuff like that. And then she comes and yeah. Should I keep? Yeah. Should. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll just keep going. So the next day comes, and now they're in class, and it's always like it's time for the next step. And then All Might comes bursting and says, "I am here," and he's well, I think golden, no, silver. One of the I think the costume of the cape, but this time he has longer periods of teaching since because yeah, because of Izuku. So he could stay as long as he wants. And he said, "It's time for combat training. But to be fighting, you gotta have some style." And then they have the hero costumes. Izuku's is gonna be the same. But this time, like, he has on his glove, he has a watch. And just because I want to, he's gonna have a sword. A sword. Like, you know how samurais have a sword there? Yeah, just imagine Izuku's hero costume with the watch on his glove and a katana on his side. That's it. That's all I want to add. And then the same thing happens. Uraraka and Deku get paired up together to first Bakugo and Ida. Izuku's not even worrying about a thing. He's just Bakugo. I guess it's gonna be easy. I thought it was gonna be a challenge. Uraraka's like, "Challenge? Easy? What do you mean?" Then Izuku's like, "Maybe I shouldn't use it." And he asks Uraraka, "Hey Uraraka, do you want an easy win or worked hard win?" Uraraka's like, "Can't you do both?" It's like, "Both? Let's just suggest. How about this? When you're versing Bakugo, how about you use the hard worked one, but once you get to the bomb, you just do the easy." And he's like, "Sure, might be a challenge for once." And then she's like, "Wait, do you even have combat experience?" He's like, "Yeah." Then he says to mine, "I freaking faced All Might and I took kind of some martial arts." Like, "Yeah, I could, yeah, that's why I have a sword." And he's like, then he responds, "Yeah, I do have combat experience." And finally, it was time to go in. I'm gonna say, All Might thought, is he just gonna use his quirk? Cause that's no fun. But Izuku's like, "Okay." He announces, "Bakugo, come face me. I won't use my quirk because it would be too easy. I want a fair fight." And Bakugo's like, "Deku!" while coming out with explosions. And then he pauses time, not to fight Bakugo, but double taps Uraraka and says, "Okay, run now." And then I'll unpause time. And then she runs, and once she's gone around the corner, Deku unfreezes time. "Deku!" And then Izuku blocks it with his sword, and he does like a stance with his sword, and says, "I will defeat you, Bakugo, without using my powers." Doing the ritual with his sword, and Bakugo's like, "Deku, you bastard!" And explosions come to him. And then Bakugo does that maneuver, like he freaking blows himself in the air, try to go to behind the person, but Izuku clocks this, clocks this, and he blocks it with his sword again, and he hooks his sword onto Bakugo's gauntlets, and he throws Bakugo up, and then he kicks Bakugo. The classmates are watching this like, what? He also has. He can also wield a sword like a master. Oh my! It's like this kid. He's gonna be something. And then the fight continues, and Baku's like, oh, Deku! Explosions, but he gets Izuku once in a while and stuff. This keeps going on, and then Bakugo gets angry. He's like, this is enough! And then he puts his arm forward, and it's like, this will finally end it. And almost like, don't use it, Bakugo! It's prohibited! And then Bakugo's like, if he just uses his quirk, he could stop time and easily dodges it. And he releases it, and Izuku's like, oh my goodness. He's like, no, I said I would defeat Gachon without using my quirk. And he jumps out the way just slightly, and then they see the damage behind him. Izuku's like, oh, I should have just used my quirk. What was I thinking? But then Gachon's like, damn it, Deku! And he keeps running Izuku, but Izuku's like, oh, this is getting annoying. So then he pauses time, and he walks up to Bakugo and punches him in the face, and he takes his gauntlets off and puts them down, and then he pushes Bakugo, which does nothing. But like, if he freaking what am I saying? Once he resumes time, Bakugo will fall over. So then Izuku's like, okay, and then he undoes time, and then Bakugo seems like he's getting hit by the punch. He's like, oh, and then he falls over, completely done, knocked out. Izuku's like, finally, and he's running. Then pauses time, and he's like, oh, why do I need to run? Then he just walks. Like, I keep forgetting about my quirk. What's wrong with me? And he walks, and he sees Uraraka hiding behind the pillar while seeing Ida doing something. Then he's like, I kind of want Uraraka to do something too. And then he double taps Uraraka, and she unfreezes. Like, well, Deku, did you touch it? He's like, no. She's like, why did you just go and touch it? You froze time. He's like, that would be no fun. Come on, let's have a challenge for once. Then Uraraka's like, you can do it, I'll be no help. Is like, while she's looking down, but Izuku lifts her head up and says, you'll do great. Come on, let's do this. And then he unfreezes time, and then they both stand there while Izuku's hand is on his sword, staring at Ida and Uraraka in a fighting stance. And then he shouts, now! And then Uraraka taps herself, not in a weird way. She taps herself to make herself light, and Izuku grabs her and spins her around. Ida starts running toward us, but it was too late, and he threw Uraraka towards the rocket, which sent her flying, and she touched the rocket, and she's like, I did it! And then all my screams, the hero team wins! And then I come back, and I'm gonna say they kind of, actually no, they're gonna say, the hero team's done pretty well, but Izuku was kind of cocky with not using his quirk. He could easily have gone inside and touched the bomb without casualties. and all that stuff. But then Izuku erupts like, no, I know I could have done that, but I know this was an exercise, but I wanted a challenge. You guys, like Azawa said yesterday, you were a challenger, so I don't want to just rely on my quirk all the time. I want to assess my actual strength in case I go against someone that could deactivate quirks. Think about that. It's like, well, that's a possibility. Just saying, this is Momo saying that if you didn't know. And then always like, I think you done splendid. And then all the things go the same. Then after school, Kachan's walking. And then Izuku comes, he's like, are you okay, Kachan? And he's like, why do you care, Deku? She's like, I just want to see if you're fine, because those punches really hurt. It's like, I don't need your pity, and I'm gonna beat you one day. Doesn't mean because of your stupid quirk, you're better than me, alright? I'm the best. I'm gonna be number one, okay? And he's kind of crying. He's like, you'll see, and he walks away. And then Izuku starts walking, and Uraka comes, and she says, "Hey there," while sneaking up behind him. It's like, "Oh." Then he says, "Oh, I was meaning to ask Uraka, do you wanna go out?" She's like, boss is like, "What do you mean go out?" He's like, "Oh, just hang out and stuff like that." And she's like, "Oh, sure." And Azuku's like, "Yeah, we'll meet at the movies at 7 p.m. She's like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "See ya." And she's just standing there like, 7 p.m., huh? She's like, "I gotta get ready." And then skip forward, and it's 7 p.m. And then Deku was waiting for Uraka. Just to make, it's not a date, they just go on movies, like, chill, guys. Not yet. And then he sees her, and they're like, hey, and they hang out and stuff like that. I know, I just want to establish that, because, if I wanted you to know where this is gonna go. It's hints. It's hints where this is gonna go. Because I'm doing that what if, because, Izuku just literally destroy all the enemies. So I gotta make the story kind of interesting and go different ways. And yeah, I might do something and do something else, and actually go into other people's perspectives. Like, I don't know, maybe one's going to freaking Ida's perspective, or Bakugo's, or Uraka, maybe even someone random like Sudo or something. Yeah. And I think that's where I'm gonna end it today. This was a really long one. I might so you guys might thinking, you're starting to do long ones now. No, not necessarily. It just depends if I want to do a long one for this one, or do a shorter one, more details. Just tell me which one you prefer in the comments. Long ones, go with the flow, or more scripted, shorter ones. Just tell me. I'm fine with either. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and subscribe. See you.